Good morning. It's Monday. Was it 3:25 a.m. On my way to the gym right now. Was reading a story this weekend, and it was about Tom Brady, Super Bowl winning quarterback, 5 times. 5 times. I'm not a New England fan, so sorry. 5 time Super Bowl winning champion, and it went back to his first Super Bowl that he won, which I believe was against it might have been against Kurt Warner and the St. Louis Cardinals. Kurt Warner and the St. Louis Rams, back when they were called the circus on turf, or whatever they were called, because they had such a dynamic wide receiver core. These guys would put 40 points up on you like it was nothing. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk, and I remember when they played in the Super Bowl, what they talked about is how he was an underdog, how he was not favored to actually win it, and how his approval rating to win the position, or to win that particular game, was high, which gave me the impression that when people are underdogs, then people are typically going for you. And it kind of led me to believe, I started searching a little bit, and I wanted to see through his second Super Bowl, and it seemed like the approval rating was similar because he was still somewhat of an unknown, and he ended up winning his second Super Bowl. Then I started going a little bit further and seeing that when New England became favored, I use that word very, very, very faithfully, he was no longer the person that everybody was going for. It was always the other quarterback. And what that little tidbit of information kind of confirmed within me is that people are always going to root for you when they think that you're the underdog. Little do they know that encouragement is really what causes most people to reach that point. But that encouragement soon turns to resentment or envy. Because this person has broken barriers that most people feel like they can't do, even though that's complete fallacy. But it's true. The more he won, the more people didn't like him. The more he became favored, the more he became the unfavorable. And I think that's going to be the case with anybody who's looking to try to reach certain points. Because if somebody else feels like they cannot do it, then they don't want to root you on. They don't want to be reminded of what it is that they're failing to do each and every day. And that's what I learned from Tom Brady. And me and Ricky were sitting down talking. We have our Friday date that we do. And we do it every Friday. After she gets done with her day and I'm done with my day, we meet up, we have dinner, drinks, whatever it is. And I told her something. I said, I'll always go for the winner. I'll always go for the winner, and I'll always root on the person who has won the awards, and I will always go for the person who is in the competition. And the reason I said that is because I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm out the door by 3:20, 3:30 in the morning. I'm at the gym at 5:05 in the morning. I'm in my office. That's not easy. And I know that I haven't even reached a half of where I want to be at. And if these people have reached caliber levels of excellence, who am I to not root them on, knowing the challenge is hard every single day? So just know, you're not going to have people always cheering you on. And the people who were cheering you on in the beginning, well, once they feel like you've gotten somewhere, then they typically, if they haven't reached their own goals, they will probably stop rooting you on too. So it's an inevitable force of life that just is what it is. It forces you to be around people that you need to be around, and not around people you don't. You can't evolve on dry land. You can't grow on shallow dirt. So you need to be around something a little bit deeper, a little bit more giving, so that way you can plant your roots firmly and grow. God bless. Take care. I'm out.